Hey, what up, Cynthia? Get it? All right. Computer control is suffusing GNR, genetics, nanotech, and robotics. GCR, global catastrophic risks. B&R, blue and red politics. And the three kinds of intelligence, natural, artificial, and strategic. Because of computer control, some humans now have control over other humans because they know them better than they know themselves. But machinery could take control. To check these guesses about current history or what's going on out there, we need information from trusted and integrated sources. So let's see what the Times and Fox have to offer. This is Retraice, segment number, what segment? 26. It's Saturday, October 22nd, 2022. Just barely started on time, 11:59 p.m. Okay, we're going to do what we did. You should be able to see a little browser window over here. The point of this is not to show you what I'm seeing. The point of this is just so that you can see get the gist of what I'm seeing. We're just going to go do what we did, but instead of just reading, browsing whatever they have to offer over at the Times and Fox, we're going to actually try and find something that we're looking for. Let's see what happens. Oh, no, I have other things to say. What are we looking for? We're looking for evidence for or against World Model 3. That's the thing I just read at the top. That's the third version of the world model. It sort of integrates the computer control hypothesis, which itself wrapped up all the first 11 hypotheses, and it also merges with the world models 1 and 2. We're looking for evidence for and against. We're trying to prove it by day and disprove it by night. I'll read this from Ellenberg's How Not to Be Wrong. It's a common, I'm quoting now, it's a common piece of folk advice, I know I heard it from my PhD advisor and presumably he from his, etc., that when you're working hard on a theorem, now this is not a theorem, our world model is not a theorem, but it's trying to be something, at least a hypothesis, a falsifiable hypothesis. When you're working hard on a theorem, you should try to prove it by day and disprove it by night. The precise frequency of the toggle isn't critical, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you should try and prove it by day and disprove it by night. Well, it's nighttime, so I guess we're going to try and prove it at night. No, we can switch back and forth. It doesn't matter. And it's not well formed. I know it's not math. It's not even science. This is a guess. We've talked about guessing and intelligence. We've talked about how learning might not be a good indicator of intelligence and that, guessing might be a better one. Go back and check the show notes. I'll point you to where we talked about that. But we've got our guess. World model number 3 is our third guess, or the third, concise version of our guesses. So let's go. I mean, I don't expect, look, I've looked in a lot of places. It's not like I haven't done this, okay? I'm not going to just get on camera here and start the project. But it's worthwhile to sort of do the obvious stuff every once in a while. These people, these generalist news sources claim to be telling us what's going on out there. That's their whole shtick. It's like, what do you want to know what's going on? You read the news. Watch the news. You want to know what's going on out there? Just turn on the news. Okay, well, let's see about that. Now, we kind of did that yesterday and looked like a whole lot of nothing was going on yesterday, but computer control, genetics, nanotech, robotics, global catastrophic risks, blue and red politics, they do cover politics pretty well, but not the first two I just mentioned. And intelligence generally, artificial, natural, and strategic, nah, man, they're not talking about that. We're talking about that. You want that, you got to come here. Okay. What could be there? If we're trying to look for evidence for and against World Model 3 or the hypotheses or however you want to think of what we've wrapped up here, we're looking for and against. What could be on NewYorkTimes.com or FoxNews.com? A gestalt? I don't know, a general feel for what's going on out there, or at least what a bunch of people think is going on out there, or what a bunch of people want you to think is going on out there. Probably a mix of all of the above. Also, needles in haystacks, and there's always the intrepid figure who digs through the newspaper archives. Used to be microfiche, rolling the thing, and we're not going to find any of that today. We're just going to look around. We're browsing, but not browsing. We're searching, but not really hard. We're just going to get our feet wet in this and see what happens. Who knows? Something might happen, nothing might happen. How do you find how do you search the New York Times and Fox News or any news website? You can use their search tools. You can use Google. There are a couple of tricks you can use using Google search to, if they've really thoroughly indexed a website. And then you can use deep archive tools. Sometimes a news website will have that, sometimes they won't. But why not regular expressions? Okay, I'm telling you, man, regular expressions would be so useful in every single search tool for every source. If you don't know what a regular expression is, it's just sort of a computer code way, a very simple set of computer code, rules and syntax that enable you to find just about any string of characters that you want, if you just know how to search for it. We don't have that. We're going to get, we're going to get some, they're going to be crap. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to search some things and it's probably going to be crap. Let's let Fox go first, because yesterday we started with the Times. FoxNew.com? Now let's try Fox News first. FoxNew.com sounds lame. Okay. Neck and neck. You seeing this? Oh, win a VIP experience again. Now I feel pretty VIP. I've got my own YouTube channel. Okay. Neck and neck. Polls show dead heat for Senate majority. Don't get distracted. Ooh, sparkle. Maybe I need some paper towels. No, we're here to do something. Let's see if they have a search. Okay, they do. They have a little magnifying glass. Let's magnify something using glass. What? Computer control? Let's try it. Computer control. I'm not doing any quotes. I'm not doing any tricks. Let's see what Fox News comes back with. Army improves Abrams tank gun system with upgraded fire control. Not irrelevant to the world model. World Model 3. Humans can now control turtles' minds. Holy crap! Fox News, you're coming through here, okay? I was not expecting decent results with respect to our... Okay. Is Flight 447's fly-by-wire aircraft technology safe? Yeah. Okay. Air traffic control system, a hacking risk, Watchdog says. Yes. London airspace reopened after computer failure disrupted flights. Kids' impulse control for sweets influenced by computer games, study says. Well, good. These results, I've never gone to Fox News or any news website and searched computer control, although, to be fair, the hypotheses have, themselves, the first 11 and H12, as we call them around here, using insider lingo, which we shouldn't do, have not been around that long. So the fact that I haven't gone searching for the phrase, the two keywords, it's not even a phrase, I didn't even put it in quotes. That's not surprising. But anyway, this is good. This is spectacular. Not spectacular. Take it easy. It wasn't that good. It's just, okay, maybe our search phrase is what's spectacular, huh? Maybe we get some credit? All right. Let's think here. So, World Model 3, computer control is suffusing GNR, GCR, BNR, NI, SI. I know acronyms, they suck, but it's just faster. Okay, so it's everywhere, right? All that is that's the point number 1 out of 3. All that is a way of saying computer control is everywhere. And what are we seeing here? The Army is doing more computer control in tanks. Humans are now using computers to control turtles' minds. I've wondered, when are we going to... They shouldn't just be allowed to walk around thinking their own thoughts. We need to control the turtles. In Flight 447's fly-by-wire... Is Flight 447's fly-by-wire aircraft technology safe? Well... There's a rule about headlines if they end in a question mark. I forget who came up with this. If they end in a question mark, the answer is always no. But in this case, I don't know. I think airplanes are pretty safe compared to all the other things we do. Micromorts. We will talk about that at some point. Okay, etc. So let's just deal with the first two. Let's not talk about airplanes. Okay. What is this? Is this evidence of computer control suffusing genetics, nanotech, and robotics, global catastrophic risks, and blue and red politics? No. Actually, it's not. It's relevant. These results are relevant to our search, computer control, but they're not evidence for or against computer control suffusing genetics. There's no genetics there. Nanotech. Robotics. Maybe the turtle thing is robotics. Actually, they are. They're evidence in favor of the robotics. Global catastrophic risks. It sounds like something Dr. Evil from Austin Powers might have come up with. That's Fox News' subheading on the turtle thing. Definitely Dr. Evil and turtle control. They're like this. They go together. Okay. Let's give the New York Times a chance at computer control. nytimes.com. Magnifying glass. Give me a search box. Computer control. The gamification of humanity. Whoa. Okay. Well, look. You're either controlling turtles' minds or human minds. You're going to control something, right? That speaks to item number 2 in the world model that we read at the top. I'm rereading now. Because of computer control, some humans now control other humans because they know them better than they know themselves. Pause. But machinery could take control. The gamification of humanity. It's a book review. In You've Been Played, that's the title of the book, a self-identified gamer warns against the dangers of imposing artificial incentives on all aspects of our lives. I might have heard about this guy. Okay, gamification of humanity. Warning. That top search result says that some humans now control others because they know them better than they know themselves. Is that what it really says? Yeah. If you understand gamification, you basically know all humans better than they know themselves who do not understand gamification. Now, maybe you're someone who understands gamification. You're on YouTube, you're watching a live stream or a podcast, or you're listening to a podcast. I got to stop saying it. Look, Mike, the camera's in front of me. I always think in terms of the visual, but this is a podcast. And that's my preferred medium. Okay. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But the people who do understand gamification, they know you better than you know yourself if you don't understand it. And that really applies to almost all of us, doesn't it? I mean, even those of us who have a sense of it. All right, next title. Kraken, a U.S. crypto exchange, is suspected of violating sanctions. The Treasury Department is investigating whether the crypto exchange allowed users in Iran to buy and sell digital tokens, said people with knowledge of the matter. There might be some element of humans controlling humans by knowing them better than they know themselves in this whole crypto thing. But that's complicated. That's a rabbit hole. Let's not fall into it. Newswatch, the voice of command for computer control. Newswatch, the voice of command for computer control. Air ID badge. New product from RF Ideas, which is a business name, it's not an advertisement, automatically logs user onto personal computer when he or she approaches it. Photo from 1998. Okay. So 2 of our articles were from this year, and then got that from 1998. Okay, there's stuff. There's evidence. But this is not because our world model and its sub hypotheses or the hypotheses that compose it are not well formed, which is to say they're not stated in a way that's easy to check up against evidence one way or the other. It's not really clear whether should we be more confident in our world model or less confident. But I feel like more confident. Don't you feel like more confident? I mean, the turtles alone. All right, so let's search something else. Back to Fox News. Oh gosh, I should duplicate these because I'm going to want to. Here we go. Shift. No, can you see that? You can't see that. I don't want that. Option. What opens? No, not download. Oh, for Pete's sake, open a new tab. There's no. I don't know what it is. It Control? No, that's opening it in a new window. I beg your forgiveness, dear listener. No, I don't. I don't beg for anything. I don't need any forgiveness. I'm just having trouble with the hotkeys, the key bindings. All right. Back to Fox. I'm just going to have to manually right-click these. I hate doing manual stuff like this. There's always a key binding, but I'm not going to waste your time looking for it. Okay, so we've got tabs open. Ooh, are you a tab person? Man, I used to be, and I still am, but I've got it under control. Millions of tabs open. Ridiculous. Let's search another term or phrase. Well, let's just put it in quotes. Sometimes the results are different. Nope. Okay, good. Good, Fox News. I think it's a good thing to default to the assumption that I want both terms in the way that I type them, and I'm not just listing two keywords. But then again, I don't know. I don't know if that's always going to make me happy, but it makes me happy now. And the Times gives basically the same results as well. Okay. Chinese Communist Party, homepage, New York Times, big stuff happening down there. We're not talking about it because we got to stay on target. Okay. What's going to come back? GNR. Fox News. Do you speak Kurzweilian? Guns N' Roses. Exactly. That's what I was looking for. No, it's not Fox's fault. That's a hard one. Does Fox have anything recent to say about Kurzweil? Ray Kurzweil. Okay, this is 6 years ago. Not recent. Especially with the singularity. Come on. Fox, you got to update your singularity reporting. Don't you have a singularity beat? Ray Kurzweil predicts computers will be as smart as humans in 12 years. So that's 6 years from now. This article was 6 years ago. Okay. And, of course, the Terminator robot. That's obligatory. The insane predictions of Google's new guy, Ray Kurzweil. Can't really call Ray Kurzweil Google's new guy. He got hired into Google. I think it was because, yes, I did read this in Immortality Inc. I think Larry Page read how to create a mind and then, talked Ray Kurzweil into coming on. And then, the thing he seemed to be working on for a long time at Google was, Gmail auto-completions, which is not nothing. Natural language processing is not nothing. I mean, it's huge. But, oh, by the way, that's the other place where in AI, the world model term is used, but it's not, it's to do with the likelihood of propositions happening in a world, not the way we use the term world model. Digression. No, Kurzweil is his own guy, okay? He's not Google's guy, although he's kind of Google's guy now. All right, so that's it. We're not going to keep searching for GNR and unimaginable tragedy. What happened? Oh, no. Ankle monitor allegedly killed. Okay, no, this is sadness and very important, but not the purpose of our visit to foxnews.com. All right, I'll give New York Times a chance here. GNR. Guns N' Roses? Guns N' Roses. Okay, so we know what GNR means to most of the world, or at least the American world, the American mainstream media consuming world. I don't know. They probably have something more recent on Kurzweil, right? Weddings. Yes. Kurzweil. Did I spell it correctly? What if I search Ray? Is it going to correct my... Not a Ratty. Ratty Kurzweil? Who knows about that guy? Kurzweil. Yeah. Okay, so we got a wedding. Doesn't matter. Let's go to... It's weird going back and forth like this, but we got to do what we got to do. Okay, so search... Okay. What else? Humans knowing... We got some evidence of people knowing each other, knowing others better than they know themselves. We can't really speak to the trust factor in Fox and New York Times. That would take a lot of time on its own. And then the integration of specialist and generalist, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, this has been cool. I mean, we don't like to go very long because this stuff can be really dense. So what's the upshot? Well, we've taken a first little glance at deliberately searching these news. And like I said yesterday, you once you've read a news website, you sort of read them all. What's different about them? Oh, well, you've got two big categories of thing. On the one hand, the messengers, and on the one hand, the messages, right? If you go to websites just to find the messages, you better make sure that you're not just seeking and ye shall find, right? But it's also really hard to be completely neutral. I mean, anyone who's mentally mature enough to go looking for something like information probably has some sort of idea about what should be out there or what to expect. I mean, that's what guessing is all about. So if you're looking for messages and you only look for the ones that you want to find, or that you only pay attention to the ones you want to find. This is obvious. I don't need to tell you this. I don't need to, do I need to explain to you how to be a decent, common sense human being? Maybe. Who are you? I don't know you. And then the messengers is different, right? You don't see a lot. I mean, you have to do a lot more digging on a news website to find out about the authors. And even if you know about the authors, we've learned from Chomsky and Herman. It's been years since I read that book. I can't, draw on it really authoritatively. But the general idea is there's a filter mechanism in place, more than one, lots of them, and it connects to all kinds of other things. They don't really go into this, but if you connect it with, where is the guy? Never mind. I can't. I'm not going to start invoking books here. All right. Messages and messengers. We got some interesting results here. We need to tighten up our world model and its contingent hypothesis. I don't really know how to reconcile the world model and the hypotheses right now. But even the parent one, the H12, the computer control, because they were like, it wasn't obvious to me when I made the first world model, which I just did on the fly. I just did it to get it done, to get a first thing out there. How should these things fit together? I think I've got an okay thing here, the 1, 2, 3, but tomorrow it'll be better. And most importantly, it needs to be formulated in a way that we can evaluate evidence, and we need to understand better the sort of evidence that we're looking for, the sort of evidence that we're likely to find, and how to reconcile it one way or the other, or not at all, with what we care about, which is what's going on out there, which is another way of describing current history. And current history is happening in nature, which is not effing around. All right, enough. This has been Retrace segment number 26. References and all of the stuff will be in the show notes. You can get to the show notes from the RSS feed, but the show notes are not in the RSS feed, only the chapters and a couple other things. retraice.com. If you're just listening, you don't know how you got this audio file, the MP3 or whatever, you don't know what's happening in your ears, that's how you spell our website and our name. All right, that's it. See you around midnight. Signing off.